Hundreds of truckers clogging Canada's capital stood their ground and defiantly blasted their horns on Thursday, even as police arrested 2 protest leaders and threatened to break up the nearly 3-week protest against the country's COVID-19 restrictions. Key points. Police in Canada say they have arrested protest leaders Tamara Lich and Chris Barber. Police in Canada say they have arrested protest leaders Tamara Lich and Chris Barber. Truckers continued blasting their horns on Thursday to protest against COVID-19 restrictions. Truckers continued blasting their horns on Thursday to protest against COVID-19 restrictions. The protest in the capital, Ottawa, has lasted almost 3 weeks. Busloads of police arrived near Ottawa's Parliament Hill, and workers put up extra fences around government buildings. Police essentially began sealing off much of the downtown area to outsiders to prevent them from coming to the aid of the protesters. The action is imminent, Interim Ottawa Police Chief Steve Bell said. "We absolutely are committed to end this unlawful demonstration." Police arrested organisers Tamara Lich and Chris Barber around Parliament Hill, but officers were not moving in force on the demonstrators. Ms. Lich was taken into custody late on Thursday. Police continued negotiating with the protesters and trying to persuade them to go home, Mr. Bell said. "We want this demonstration to end peacefully. If they do not peacefully leave, we have plans." Police are warning protesters more forceful action could be taken. AP, the Canadian Press for Justin Tang. Many of the truckers in the self-styled Freedom Convoy appeared unmoved by days of warnings from police and the government that they were risking arrest and could see their rigs seized and bank accounts frozen. "I'm prepared to sit on my ass and watch them hit me with pepper spray," said one leader, Pat King. Mr. King later told truckers to lock their doors. Amid the rising tensions, truckers outside Parliament blared their horns in defiance of a court injunction against honking, issued for the benefit of neighbourhood residents. Ottawa represented the movement's last stronghold after weeks of demonstrations and blockades that shut down border crossings into the United States, inflicting economic damage on both countries and creating a political crisis for Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. "It's high time that these illegal and dangerous activities stop," Mr. Trudeau told Parliament. "They are a threat to our economy and our relationship with trading partners. They are a threat to public safety." Despite the cold, protesters and supporters continue to rally against COVID-19 measures, clogging up downtown Ottawa. AP, the Canadian Press for Cole Burston. Early this week, Mr. Trudeau invoked Canada's Emergencies Act, empowering law enforcement authorities to declare the blockades illegal, tow away trucks, arrest the drivers, suspend their licenses, and take other measures. On Thursday, the Prime Minister and some of his top ministers took turns warning the protesters to leave. Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland said the government had begun freezing truckers' accounts as threatened. "It is happening. I do have the numbers in front of me," she said. Ottawa police likewise handed out leaflets for the second straight day, demanding the truckers end the siege. The protests by demonstrators in trucks, tractors and motor homes initially focused on Canada's vaccine requirement for truckers entering the country, but soon morphed into a broader attack on COVID-19 restrictions and Mr. Trudeau's government. So far, the biggest, most damaging of the blockades at the border took place at the Ambassador Bridge between Windsor, Ontario, and Detroit, Michigan. Before authorities arrested dozens of protesters last weekend and lifted the siege, that blockade had disrupted the flow of auto parts between the two countries and forced the industry to curtail production. The final road blockade in Manitoba ended peacefully on Wednesday. AP. M to mute, left and right arrows to seek, up and down arrows for volume. Watch 2 minutes 3 seconds 2 minutes and 3 seconds data shows many older Australians haven't had their booster.